Welcome live to Los Angeles, inside the beautiful Galen Center on the campus of the University of Southern California. Nebraska now with their 22nd win in a row just underway. Number 6, the visiting Badgers of Wisconsin, taking on USC, coming in at number 21 with Holly McPeak on Paul Sunderland, tied at 10. But since that time, you mentioned that USC sometimes their worst enemy. They're very terminal and sometimes not in a good way. Way too many unforced errors so far right now for some of the young arms of USC. You look at USC's schedule, obviously this would be a huge one if they could steal a win over the number 6 Badgers. But then they have Oregon on Sunday, currently at number 11, then at Purdue, at Washington, and then home to Iowa. For Wisconsin, they're currently at number 6, and in the RPI for Wisconsin, they are at number 8. So they've got a lot of work to do to get over those teams to get to a top 4 seed and host throughout the first 4 rounds. Lola Schumacher, who has taken over the starting libero spot, beginning of the year when they were facing with a handful of injuries. When I say they, I mean Wisconsin. Kelly Sheffield was deploying a couple of liberos, but not right now. Right over the top of the block, saved by Tuaniga after a brilliant dig by Batenhorst. SC's got to have this. One-on-one again to Schreck, and missed it out of bounds.
Hustle plays create opportunities, and that's a momentum changer for USC. Mia Tuaniga going into the media table to keep that alive.
Ariel goes back to serve. Very rare hitting error. Once again, 101 swings against Penn State, 3 total errors so far in the opening set. Wisconsin has 4. Perfect pass again by Franklin. Oh, look out. Anna Smrek almost tore apart Jaden Livings.
What a feed by Charlie Furbringer to Anna Smrek. Anna Smrek just hit that ball out, but she knows, Charlie Furbringer knows how important it is to get Anna Smrek going, and look out below, sharp inside the 3-meter line for the kill.
Charlie Furbringer taking her first of what will become many Setter of the Week awards in the Big Ten Conference. Sarah Franklin, the co-player of the week in the Big Ten. Batenhorst is blocked. Orzel along with Crawford.
Wisconsin setting up their defense by serving at the pin and then bunch blocking. Look at them bunch into the middle and close that attack out from the back row from Allie Batenhorst.
Wisconsin, along with Louisville, the #1 blocking teams in the country. Here comes Guchkin. And so Wisconsin again, free ball Crawford, and off the block and out of bounds. C.C. Crawford, 6'3" in her 5th year out of Lansing, Kansas, a transfer from Kansas, now in her 3rd year in Madison. Very, very good blocker. 2nd in terms of active total blocks in the NCAA Division I. Guchkin again. And until that service miss, Wisconsin starting to pull away.
Wisconsin going after Faulina and avoiding the libero for USC.
Livings has got a huge upside, but USC, they need her to have that upside start to happen right now. Batenhorst again, big swing, and a touch off the defender or at the net, so a score for USC.
It was interesting, right before that play, I heard Mia Tuaniga say to Allie, trans. So maybe that meant, hey, you're getting this ball in transition. She gives it to her, and it pays off with this transition kill out of the back row.
Livings again, keeping it on Schumacher. Wisconsin is playing faster. Good dig in the cross court by Trubent. Right zone, look out. Devin Robinson hit a riser, and Jaden Livings had no chance. Really good sportsmanship that time by Devin Robinson, making sure that her opponent, as of now, is okay, and Livings is trying to shake that one off.
Watch Devin Robinson in the middle of your screen. Great block touch to control it, and then drives on the slide. Incredible pace on that swing, and it catches Jaden Livings high.
We're going to have a brief substitution. Madison Peach will come on. First, there will be some attention paid by the athletic staff. That was a really, really tough shot. can see the discoloration to the face of Jaden Livings, the outstanding 6'1" freshman out of Texas.
That's the second ball that's hit her in the head. On the block earlier, got the top of her head. This one in the back row.
Tied at 10. It's been all Wisconsin, at least in this opening stanza since then, leading 21-15. Giving Livings a little bit of time, and she will stay on the floor. That was a tough shot. Valmoina trying to find a seam. Franklin with a really good read. Oh, a good block. Ford out of the middle with some help. First block for USC.
USC is doing a really nice job bunch blocking and helping block that ball out of the back row. Transition dig by Sarah Franklin, and look at the two players close together, and Mia Tuaninga ready for the tip.
Ford averages 1.4 blocks per set. That's fourth best in the conference. Here is Greg Osnell. There's a little perfect first contact. Robinson again. Dug by Gosnell, chance for Batenhorst, and tucks that inside.
Allie Batenhorst with her fourth kill, that time just turning her thumb down, going a little sharper inside the block.
Batenhorst off to a nice start, 4 kills, 12 swings. This is a very, very tough block, tied with Louisville again for the best in the country, best in the conference. Second in the conference is USC. Very easy serve. Dug by Trubant, but out of bounds.
Sarah Franklin elevated on that one. Actually went over the top. Gala Trubant there, but just could not control it on the USC side of the net.
Franklin now 4 of 7, no errors. That's so 2 full matches, Iowa, Penn State, and now the opening set. Carly Anderson coming on to serve. We saw her come in a handful of times against Penn State. Good service pressure. Batenhorst well off the net. And that ball's missed out of bounds. Was there a touch on the block? There was. So that'll get to Wisconsin for 23-17 with the lead.
Carter Booth going up quick. Gets a piece of Leah Ford right there on that swing.
Yeah, Brad Keller, the head coach for USC, was thinking about challenging, but Leah Ford said, nope, got me. Good pass by Batenhorst. Boy, there has been a lot of jousting going on. Good read by Trubant. Quality swing, but missed just out of bounds that time by Jaden Living, still trying to shake off that tough shot she took from Devin Robinson.
USC is picking up balls defensively. They just need to find ways to score in transition.
7th hitting error now for USC. Set point number 1. There's the speed and a smart shot by Batenhorst.
Brad Keller told us we were going to see a lot of pace, a lot of throwdowns, use the block. Allie Batenhorst getting her 5th kill on that throw.
Madison Peach, who was thinking about coming in for Livings after that tough shot, now will come in for Mia Tuaninga. Trubant back to serve. Outstanding libero from San Diego, 15 aces so far on the year. No setter on the floor, and it matters not. So Wisconsin needed a couple of set points, and they closed it out on the second. They take the opening set by a score of 25.
Traffic, and for USC, they need to communicate who's going to take that ball, and now that they've seen how they're going to be attacked, they need to respond and take care of those.
Another very good week for the 6th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers. Beat Penn State handily. Sarah Franklin, the co-player of the week, with Eva Hudson from Purdue, and Charlie Furbringer, the setter of the week, the first of her career, and far from the last, 11.7 assists and also 4 digs. She had 12 digs in total against Penn State, a match that Sarah Franklin and Charlie Furbringer and Julia Orzel absolutely dominated. Penn State came in as the number 3 team. There is Furbringer. Manhattan Beach, about 14 miles away, or an hour and a half, depending. Booth down the line, dug by Trubant. You can see, smart play. And you can see how fast that USC wants to play, even in transition.
Watch the libero down the line, Galatruba, just stand her ground, get her platform under that, and Mia Tuininga, fast to Allie Batenhorst, continues to just push it off the block, tooling it for the point.
High risk, high reward. Here comes Tuininga again, handled well by Franklin. Oh, that ball slapped up by Tuininga, but USC unable to follow.
Anna Smrek hard to stop on that middle attack. She's up over the block. Tuininga had a chance, just couldn't keep it up to her teammates.
Oh, riser there again. Good serving by Wisconsin. Smrek one-on-one. Good block touch that time on the outside by Livings. Seems to be okay after taking a really tough shot to the face. Orzel, good sound effects by Yulia Orzel, one-on-one.
Charlie Furbringer has done such a good job for Wisconsin establishing the middle. Watch this free ball. Carter Booth drives, one blocker up and then one blocker out on Orzel.
USC pretty good in reception right now, trying to keep the middles going. Smrek again, going off speed, covered by Furbringer. Livings, no, out of the middle. Schumacher is beaten to the outside, and a very nice play by Tyra Ariel.
13 in black, Tyra Ariel is a high flyer. She is undersized in the middle, but she gets up. Look how quick she is off the floor, and lots of power in that angle, gets away from Schumacher.
There is Batenhorst getting a lot of action. She hits almost 12 balls per set, kind of the same number of workload as taken by Sarah Franklin. Nice crossbody that time by Carter Booth. And to your point before first serve, Holly, I know we were over on Big Ten Plus. We were talking about the efficiency and the improvement of Furbringer getting the ball to the middles.
The connection between Wisconsin's setter, Charlie Furbringer, who's a freshman, and the middle attackers has gotten better and better. And I believe after the Nebraska match, they really focused on it, and you can see them use it so much, and it sets up the rest of their offense.
Good back row, quick combination, delivery by Furbringer to Sarah Franklin for another kill. Now she has 5, still no errors, 5 kills on 7 attempts. Maybe she's just never going to hit the ball out ever again.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, both teams good in reception, going quickly. Falmoina, Donia Falmoina, 6'1", redshirt sophomore out of nearby Long Beach. Didn't play last year, able to put that ball away.
Brad Keller told us how important it would be to have all 3 pins scoring, and Falmoina needs to get going in that category.
Very difficult thing to do against the best blocking team in the country, tied in that category with the Louisville Cardinals. And Anna Smrek again, number 14 in white. It's time now for our State of Success, brought to you by State Farm, and certainly in a state, a very comfortable and confident state of success is Sarah Franklin. Just playing errorless volleyball right now. It's a team effort, but she has been so good and so smart. And we focus on her offense and her efficiency, but I'm almost equally as impressed with her first ball contact and her backcourt defense.
Sarah Franklin is the complete package. She does it all, and teams serve away from her. She's that good in serve receive.
35 of the last 72 with no errors. Working on Orzel. And that ball is down just in front of Batenhorst.
First set, both teams hit for decent numbers, but now you're seeing really high offensive numbers. Wisconsin hitting 667, USC hitting 750. So much more efficient in this second set.
I would say so. Those are astronomical numbers. Tough swing here. Batenhorst getting her feet to the ball. Orzel right to the 3-meter line. Franklin, snapper over the top.
It starts with a tough serve. When USC isn't passing the ball well, Wisconsin just gobbles it up and then puts it out to Franklin on the pin. High percentage kill.
So far, USC siding out, to your point, Holly, at 48%. Wisconsin at just under 70. They're winning the serve and pass right now. Luchtikin right on target. Robinson off the edge of the block of Falmoina and out of bounds.
Devin Robinson so quick on that swing. There was a block there, but just goes fast on that outside hand of the blocker.
Brad Keller, the 5th-year head coach for USC, telling us, couple of weeks ago, he thought they were in the bottom quarter or bottom third of all the teams in the Big Ten in terms of serve and pass. He thinks they've made great strides. But right now, Wisconsin exposing them a little bit in the reception phase. Such a smart shot. Really good by Franklin again.
Wisconsin rolling, and they're winning the serve-pass game. That's
Reigning winner, Sarah Franklin, Eva Hudson of Purdue, Jess Murzik from Penn State, Bergen Riley, or Lexi Rodriguez, also from Nebraska. Those are the players who are in the semifinal round from the Big Ten Conference. We'll get your list here in a second, Holly.
okay.
Critical juncture right now. Orzel misses that ball out of bounds. Who else would you put on that list from around the country?
You have to look at Pitt. Tori Stafford on the left side, complete player. Olivia Babcock on the right side for Pitt, one of the most physical players. Anna DeBeer having a nice last part of second half of the season. And then Madison Skinner's coming on pretty well for Texas, but it's been a slow start for her.
It has. And now that Texas is gone back to the 5-1, and Maddie Skinner is playing the same role she did in the national championship run last year. I know Texas has been in the headlines, not for all the good reasons of the last couple of weeks. They lost 3 in a row at home for the first time since 2006.
Going back to Sarah Franklin down that line. We've seen Sarah Franklin tonight use the entire court offensively.
That was almost an error. That's as close as she's going to come to actually committing a hitting error. Again, a clean slate so far through 2 matches and into the second set. That was against Iowa and Penn State. There it is. But she was on the ground. She was on the ground.
Okay, it's still an error, unfortunately. Every time you said it, I was worried about what was going to happen.
Well,
now we don't have to worry about it.
Well, took 11 swings. That's her first hitting error. Came in. Franklin was 28 of 65 against Iowa and Penn State with no errors. So 36 of 76 with just 1 error. Tremendous performance. Megan Verbeest on to serve for USC, and right back at you is 13 and white. Just love her all-around game.
Charlie Furbringer is using all her weapons. Watch the middle blocker jump on the quick attack, and then it's one-on-one on the pin. The blocker's in the popcorn popper, up and down. Open swing for Franklin in the angle.
That was some fresh butter to the outside to Sarah Franklin. Smart shot. That ball popped up by Furbringer. Nice dig by Orzel. Tough chance and right on target. Quickly to the outside. Schumacher with a dig. Smart set by Furbringer. Very smart play because Franklin was out of position.
Wisconsin has been relentless defensively, sticking arms up, really shrinking the court for USC. USC's taken some aggressive swings, but Wisconsin is everywhere.
We talk about Wisconsin's blocking with good reason. Tied with Louisville, the #1 spot statistically in the country. But they're out digging USC right now, 23-17. And that's something Brad Keller is not going to be happy about. Nice play by Orzel. Tough chance. Long run by Furbringer. Brad Keller told us that there are 2 or 3, maybe 4 more digs out there for the Trojans that we can have a chance at transition. And they're not getting them right now.
Wisconsin's front line sets up their defense, a big solid block, and then the players behind in the backcourt can dig around that big block. So the first line of defense is that big Wisconsin block.
That ball served out of bounds. Wisconsin won the opening set 25-18. Took complete control of that opening set once we got into double figures, as Franklin will go back to the line. Coming in 1,750 kills, 914 digs. I'd say she's had a pretty phenomenal career. Nicely done. That is Jaden Livings into the cross court.
In the first set, USC was having a communication breakdown, but Tyra Ariel takes that pass, steps in, helps out her player in the backcourt, takes it overhand. I like that play.
There is Batenhorst, 5 digs to her credit, doing her part at the defensive end. And a rare shank by Franklin, and I do mean rare.
Allie Batenhorst, in this particular rotation, when she's on the service line, she creates a lot of point scoring opportunities by USC, serving good locations, getting aces.
Second ace for Batenhorst and USC, 4 for Wisconsin. right to Schumacher. Expert pass. And on the joust, Carter Booth at 6'7" will win that. But when you look at Lola Schumacher, passes good or perfect 51% of the time.
Kelly Sheffield, the head coach for Wisconsin, told us the reason she earned this job is in the big moments, in the red zone at the end of sets, her numbers were better than they were the rest of the match, and that's what you want, someone who can help your team finish.
Her counterpart, Trubit, right back, and Jaden Livings, number 42 in black, seemed to recover nicely after getting really hammered in the opening set.
USC setting away from the side that Anna Smrek's on. I like that decision offensively. Go with the smaller blocker. Orgel, 22 in white.
I like it too. Anna Smrek, not only 6'9", but very talented and technically sound as an attacker and blocker. That ball saved. Charlie Furbinger wanted one of her teammates to go after that. But a couple of reception errors, one by Schumacher, one by Hannah Franklin prior to that. Livings and USC creeping back into the second set. Kelly Sheffield telling us that Charlie Furbinger played by far her best match so far, and very early in her career, now playing in her 24th collegiate match.
I continue to be impressed by the connection between Charlie Furbinger and her middle hitters. Setting that 3-set, that quick gap ball is not easy to do, but she repeatedly puts it in a perfect location for her middle attackers.
And Wisconsin looking very sharp. No letdown at all after coming off that huge win at home versus number 3 Penn State in a dominating fashion, coming out to play USC and UCLA. An outside shot to get back into the top 4 and host throughout the first 4 rounds, but they got to win out, and that includes at Nebraska. That ball, Guchtikin off the equipment and down just in front.
That's a break for USC. They need to continue to put that service pressure on Wisconsin. They've been able to create some point opportunities.
Wisconsin is at UCLA on Saturday, then home to Minnesota. Then at Nebraska on the 23rd, close it out, Ohio State and Michigan State. Perfect pass. Allie Hazelwood on the floor right now, backup setter, along with Peach, and the joust is coming. And the crowd is looking for a chance to get back into this match. Taken out of it in the second half, Holly, of that opening set.
Brad Keller is not afraid to make in-match decisions. And he made a double sub that pays off right there for the USC point. Tough serve and blocked by Peach.
6-2 run now for USC. Make it 7-2. 7th hitting error now for Devin Robinson and Wisconsin. USC right back in it. The Trojans at 17-7, ranked number 21, 9-5 in conference. Coming off a split. Beat Indiana 3-1 after losing in 5 to Illinois. And congratulations to the Fighting Illini's Raina Terry, going over 2,000 kills. Has had a fabulous career in Champaign-Urbana. Orzel back to serve. The lead is 16-14, 1-0. Hazelwood will stay on. Got to convert on the free ball. And they do. Nice play that time by Leah Ford, 6'4", redshirt freshman out of Texas.
New players on the floor, and Hazelwood in to set this ball, running this quick attack in the middle in transition. I like the numbers, one-on-one, advantage hitter.
Ray Gosnell, once again the transfer from Indiana. Very good in the defensive end and reception. Tough serve on Orzel. Outside to Franklin. And off the block and out of bounds. Franklin in double figures now, Holly. 10 kills on 13 swings. And that god-awful one error. How did that possibly happen?
Charlie Furbinger from behind the 3-meter line has enough strength to get that ball out to the pin and Sarah Franklin.
Carly Anderson on to serve once again. Oh, nice pass by Batenhorst. Peach inside. Beautiful pass by Allie Batenhorst.
Really tough serve. That line to line gets on you so fast as a passer. Watch Allie Batenhorst get under that ball with her platform, setting up the offense, and then Peach goes sharp inside for a USC kill.
Libero for USC, Trubant on to serve. Medium pass, outside to Franklin. Smart shot to recycle. Franklin again. USC block starting to do some work, and that ball just off of Hazelwood and out of bounds.
Wisconsin is so good at recycling that ball. Triple block situation. Franklin plays it into the block and gets another swing that they can attack out of the middle.
Franklin up front, along with Booth at 6'7" and Anna Smrek at 6'9". I'd say a pretty good scoring lineup. No wonder Furbringer spent so much time at the line. That helps. Getting the opponent out of system. And that missed by Batenhorst.
Charlie Furbringer is very efficient attacking locations on the court that create problems for the passer, and that's why they're able to score so many points in this rotation.
Very low air for both of these teams in the second set. 24th swing. Allie Batenhorst, that was the first error for USC. Oh, smart shot again. And that was against Anna Smrek. Very, very well done by Batenhorst.
USC has been working on those quick balls to the pin and wiping it off the block. As a blocker, you feel like you have that ball, and then the hitter attacks, feels the pressure, wipes it off.
It's not often that 6'5" Batenhorst is undersized in a joust, but she was that time against Smrek. Father Mike, very familiar to fans here in Los Angeles, a two-time NBA champion for the Los Angeles Lakers. Tuaniga, well handled. Franklin.
Sarah Franklin does it all for Wisconsin. She handles the heat from Mia Tuaniga. Watch how she handles this platform right on the ball to target, and then crushes it through the seam of the USC block.
Awkward miss that time by Franklin from the service line. Thinking about Sarah Franklin and how complete and how advanced her game is. Maybe she should think about Southern California in the 2028 Olympic Games. She is certainly going to be in the mix, and rightfully so. Batenhorst. USC certainly hanging around. Good block touch. Got to make that play. That was really well done by Tyra Ariel, working in the middle that time with a block touch.
USC had two blockers on that play, trying to get a touch and control it in the backcourt. Missed opportunity for USC.
You talked about the middles and how improved they are. Carter Booth, 7 of 11, no errors.
Incredible. Yep,
pretty clean, but that was a missed opportunity by the Trojans, trailing by 3. Wisconsin doesn't give you many, but when you do have a chance, you've got to make the most of it.
Back serve number 38, Schumacher.
Working on Batenhorst and up to the task. Very nice timing, kept off the floor by Crawford. Middle here, right side again, and that ball missed out of bounds. And Holly, you said it so much to the point. That ball's out of bounds, no touch. To take the Big Ten title, Nebraska are the defending champions. They were 19-1 last year, and notable matches coming down the stretch.
Penn State with just that one loss to Wisconsin last week, and Wisconsin gaining all sorts of momentum.
And look at Nebraska. Home to Minnesota, home to Wisconsin, and then at Penn State. That is on the 29th. Good first contact. Oh, what a block. Smrek with C.C. Crawford.
Anna Smrek just lines up on that ball, and there is nowhere to go. Watch Anna Smrek just get on the ball and just smother it with her hands.
Yes, she's 6'9", but again, so technically sound and so solid as a blocker. Really good volleyball player. Sarah Franklin again.
Sarah Franklin working it through the USC block. USC is one of the best blocking teams in the country, and she's finding seams to attack.
Franklin now 12 of 17, set point number 1. Similar to the opening set in terms of Wisconsin pulling away. It just happened a little bit later. Famuina going off speed. To Smrek and missed it out of bounds, looking for a touch, none there.
Anna Smrek has been relentless attacking that angle deep into the cross court, but that time missing wide. We've seen her miss wide a couple times from the right side.
Set point number 2. Smrek now 5 of 15 with 3 errors. Here is Ariel. Right back to Smrek, gets the touch, good dig by Batenhorst. Let's hope that everybody's okay. There was a little bit of a collision between Jaden Livings and Cece Crawford. And Crawford coming away with a little hitch in her giddy up will get some attention at the other side. A little bit of concern on the Wisconsin side. 1 win over the visiting Minnesota Golden Gophers. Minnesota currently at number 16 put up a really good fight. Nebraska wins their 22nd in a row, and still to come, Penn State, Wisconsin, and Minnesota again. I think, a tough upcoming schedule for Nebraska. Allie Batenhorst coming back out. And the Wisconsin middles, we showed you before first serve that the Wisconsin middles had become much more of an important part of the offense, and that is certainly not changed tonight.
Charlie Furbringer and her connection with Carter Booth has been incredible. 7 kills on 11 attempts. And Cece Crawford gets in on the party. A lot of gap sets, 3 sets, but Charlie Furbringer knows how to locate it, and it's such a high percentage play. One-on-one in the middle, it's tough to stop Wisconsin.
Hitting for such high efficiency. Anna Smrek not having a Smrek kind of night, and neither is Devin Robinson. A couple of errors getting into that category, but Carter Booth certainly making up for it. Most importantly, Wisconsin up 2 sets to none, 25-18, 25-19. And we talked about how efficient both teams were in the second set. That was good for USC through 19 points, but if Charlie Furbringer in Wisconsin's last 6 points, 4 of those were on hitting errors from USC. Almoina working against Smrek. Good read by Schumacher. Brad Keller has got the challenge card in his hand, waiting to see how this opening rally goes. Right side to Smrek again off the edge. So Brad Keller in his 5th year, head coach of the USC Trojans, and building a program here. Again, they won the national championship on 3 occasions, the first all the way back in 1981, the very first, and then back-to-back in 2002 and 2003.
Original decision on the play, no net fault, point Wisconsin. USC is challenging, there was a net fault in the middle of the play.
All right, so we'll have our first challenge of the night. 2 challenges coming into each match. As long as you are correct, you have an unlimited number, or you keep them. And let's take a look. You look at the whole play in college volleyball. At the Olympic Games, you can only challenge the final action unless you stop the play midstream. Yeah, nothing there so far. That is clean as a whistle for Smrek along with Booth.
After review, call is confirmed, no net fault, point Wisconsin. USC loses their challenge.
Yeah, there was no net violation. It's an early challenge, so USC will have 1 challenge remaining. Suzanne Lowry along with Kristen Kristjak are the first and second referees. Wisconsin 18-5 overall, 12-2 in conference. Lost their opener at Minnesota and then lost at home to Nebraska. That was the first time Nebraska had won in Madison since 2013. That ball off of Livings and out of bounds. If you're USC, and we've spent a lot of time speaking with head coach Brad Keller, what do you think his message was in between 2 and 3? And where can they go to try to attack Wisconsin?
Wisconsin's everywhere defensively, but first of all, it's taking care of the things that they can control. Closing up their block, being a little bit more disciplined, and obviously we talked about it from the beginning, passing better. If they can stay in system, they've got the arms to score.
it started from the very beginning of this match when Wisconsin, as you talked about it, line to line. They've done an excellent job putting service pressure on USC. Furbinger now looking cross court, and that's where she goes on Livings. Famuina. Nice cover by Schumacher. One slam dunk, and then the second missed out of bounds by Ford.
The way Wisconsin is playing defense, they are just shrinking the court. USC is having a hard time finding open court.
0-5 against the top 25. You see what USC's record is. Right now, their RPI comes in at 21, KPI at 26, and the ABC ranking at 23.
This is a USC team who I think is really dangerous. We see them play with one of the best teams in the country. In the first set, we saw them play till 10s, and then in the second set till 19, but they just haven't been able to play a whole set at that level.
I think they're in the tournament, barring a big surprise, are the USC Trojans for the third straight year under Brad Keller, but Oregon on Sunday, ranked at number 11, becomes a huge match. And then number 8, that's at Purdue. And I think that match is in Holloway Gym, the friendly small confines, and then at Washington. So still some work to do, but most importantly, getting better by the day. And Spreck again with another incredible stuff.
This Wisconsin team had a slow start, 3 early losses, but they just continue to get better. Their defense today has been so impressive. And the way Anna Spreck is fronting the ball, I mean, it's unbelievable.
6'9" and 6'7", Spreck along with Booth. Former Trojan star played at the opposite. Brittany Abercrombie also played that position this year in Athletes Unlimited and was the champion of that league. Very high-level volleyball. Don't understand the scoring system, but she came out on top.
Brittany Abercrombie has been playing professionally in Poland, Germany, Turkey, and South Korea. Now will play for the PVF in its 2nd season.
Livings is dug right on target. Pretty good block touch that time. Chance here for USC. Nice read by Furbinger. Really good defensively in area 1. Leah Ford on the crossbody. Much needed kill for USC.
Brittany Abercrombie was a standout 2014 to 2017 on the right side, and now doing great things at the professional level and finally able to play professionally in her own country.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. The sport is continuing to grow and grow at the collegiate level, and now professional opportunities, including AAU. There are a couple of other professional leagues, the PVF and Love VB. So lots of changes, opportunities. There's Brittany Abercrombie. A rare mispass by Franklin, slaps her thighs. Favor Anyanwu on the floor now. That's one of the changes that Brad Keller said we could look for. Anyanwu again, and she's blocked. Really good handwork by Carter Booth, who had 12 blocks, total blocks against Michigan.
Carter Booth is long at 6'7", but it's her eye work that makes her special as a blocker. She watches the hitter and then takes balls away from them.
Good to see Cece Crawford back on the floor. She does wear ankle braces, but a little bit of a tweak at the end of the 2nd set. Batenhorst trying to throw and has that rejected. Thrown right back at her by Spreck. That's the 4th block in this set alone, and it's only 9-3-7 total now for Spreck in Wisconsin.
Anna Spreck just smothers the ball defensively. Not a lot of edges to attack.
That ball drifts just out of bounds that time by Lola Schumacher. Leaders around the conference, we talked to you about that. These are the top 2 blocking teams in the conference. Kelly Sheffield and the Badgers on top, just about 3.1. USC right there. Oregon also top. And Wisconsin is tied with Louisville for the top spot nationally. USC is 5th. Crawford, very quick off the floor.
The trend for Wisconsin running this gap set, and they don't run a lot of 1 sets, which is that quick set right next to the setter, which is easy for a middle blocker who doesn't have to move, but that gap set has been really working all night long for Wisconsin.
Once again, perfect first ball contact for Franklin. If you're playing against Wisconsin, I don't know who you serve, but Nebraska certainly found a way to do it. Nebraska served Wisconsin very, very tough throughout the course of their 3-0 win. Block on the outside, working against Living, so that's block number 8 now for Wisconsin.
If you're USC, you look across the net. Wisconsin does not have their tallest front row in there. They should be able to find some ways to score either over the top or through the seams.
Well, just out of bounds, but big early lead for the Badgers, currently ranked at number 6. And a big reason why this phase of the game.
Anna Smrek getting in front of the ball. You see the bunch block. The blockers for Wisconsin scoot in, and then again, Anna Smrek just on the line. Look at her take away the seam for Wisconsin.
And you know it, Holly McPeak, blocking is one of the most difficult skills to become expert at, if anybody really does. And this Wisconsin team is so well coached and so well schooled. Talented, yes, but it's not just that. Yulia Orzel back to serve. 12-5 is the advantage. Wisconsin won the opening set 25-18 and then 25-19. And consistent pressure on Batenhorst. Good swing out of the backcourt. Orzel with a jump bump. And the jump bump kill.
That cannot go down.
No, absolutely not.
USC needs to gobble that opportunity up. A jump bump, obviously they're in trouble, but you got to move in and take that ball. Mia Tuaninga is going in to set that ball because she thinks it's a free ball.
Yeah, the JJK should never go down.
Never.
That's the jump, no, the JBK. Jump, bump. Brad Keller was one very frustrated coach during that USC timeout. With good reason, he got into his Trojans. Here's Orzel. Batenhorst, look at the traffic over on the sideline, but an expert serve by Orzel.
Wisconsin is executing that serve line to line. They've been doing it all night long, but yes, serving into traffic. There's 4 Trojans down that sideline, and the communication is crucial.
Even if Batenhorst had passed that ball well, which he doesn't again here, I don't know where they go offensively. That's just really good scouting, game planning, and tactics by Wisconsin.
If you're USC, maybe you make an adjustment, slide that stack to the other side, or spread out the hitters.
Batenhorst going to the sideline, and that hasn't happened very often so far on the year. Gray Gosnell coming in to receive. There's Orzel again, going to the same area. Falmuina finds a small seam through the block and down.
Adanya Falmuina finding some room. She's had a long night, had a big block in front of her, but finds a way there, and USC needs to create some point scoring opportunities from the service line.
Wisconsin, another very efficient night offensively. I'll give you the last 3 or the last 4 since they lost to Nebraska, but hitting .342 so far on the night and holding USC to .080. Here is Anyanwu. Still time for USC, but they need to go on some mini runs, and that's not going to help. Since the loss to Nebraska, Wisconsin played Illinois, hit .364, played Iowa .394, and then number 3 Penn State hit .465, and are hitting .342 so far on the night.
Numbers trending up every match, and you can see why. Their offense is a well-oiled machine right now.
Well, Furbringer's feeling much more comfortable and confident. Falmuina crushing that ball to the floor. Schumacher settling in as well. Everything going in the right direction now for Wisconsin.
USC needs to pass the ball because when they do, they can score. Adanya Falmuina, one-on-one on that left side for USC, finding open court.
Double sub coming on once again. Allie Hazelwood, the 5'11 sophomore out of Madison, Mississippi. Mother Jenny, colleague of ours, head coach at Mississippi State, now at Southern Miss. Coming in as another part of the double sub is Madison Peach, wearing number 23, now in the left front. Wisconsin, crosstown at UCLA on Saturday. USC gets Oregon on Sunday. To Ford, quickly out of the middle for the throwdown.
Service pressure right there, again by Allie Hazelwood. This has been a smart substitution. The double sub for USC. And watch the quick attack, one-on-one out of the middle.
4 kills for Leah Ford. Nice read. Adonia Faumuina, very, very good read against Furbringer. I want to remind you, Saturday, number Western at Wrigley Field in Chicago. The excitement kicks off at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and Fox Sports app. Hazelwood once again, 3-0 run for the Trojans. Mentioned they needed a couple of runs, and Booth puts an end to that aggressive set by Furbringer.
USC had 2 blockers there, but a seam, you got to be there quick, close out that seam, form a wall, make her work around the block.
9 kills now for Booth. Going line again, working on Gosnell. Not a good set. Smart shot by Peach, trying to recycle, right side to Faumuina. Smrek. Peach, the lefty, got a piece of the block. Boy, it looked like there was a touch there, but that ball was out of bounds by number 23, Madison Peach. A rematch between Wisconsin and Nebraska in Lincoln on the 23rd. Penn State going to Lincoln. That ball's just out of bounds on the 29th. So still a lot to be decided for the Big Ten Championship. And who will be one of the top 4 seeds to host throughout the first 4 rounds of the tournament. I think right now Wisconsin is on the outside looking in. They got to get over Louisville. They got to get over Penn State again. They've got to get over Creighton. Yep. Absolutely right.
But I don't think you want Wisconsin in your region if you're one of those hosts.
Just like you didn't want to see Texas last year either, or you don't want to see Sarah Franklin.
Nobody wants to see Sarah Franklin.
13 kills now for the reigning player of the year. 13 kills on 19 swings. Because I'm not too swift, it'll take me a minute to do the math, but came in 28 of 65. That ball missed out of bounds. So Franklin has taken 83 swings in the last 2.5 or 2 3/4 matches, if you will, and made 1 hitting error. 1. And she gets a lot of hands in front of her. Peach turned it down the line for the good kill.
Allie Hazelwood doing a really nice job stepping into this match with the double sub and getting that ball to Madison Peach on the right.
Trubin back to serve. To Batenhorst, very good transition swing, but a better block. Smrek again. The Wisconsin Badgers 7-4 against 1 through 25. That one loss was the opening Big Ten match in Minneapolis to Minnesota. They're currently at 30-31, not sure exactly. The key wins, of course, Penn State was big. TCU there as well. They have a very good resume. Remember, they lost their first 3 matches of the year when they were dealing with some injuries. Pretty good opponents. Texas, Louisville, and Stanford became up 0-3. Dug by Trubin, trying to force the middle and thrown down by Smrek.
Smrek has dominated this match as a blocker. I mean, she's just putting so much pressure on USC, taking up so much court.
They did not give Anna Smrek a block there officially. I don't know why. I don't know why, but they did not. She has 6 block assists so far. And what's amazing about Anna Smrek is many things, but she's in the top 10 in the Big Ten Conference in blocking, and she blocks on the pin. So given the number of attempts, that is an amazing stat. 1.2 blocks per set for number 14.
Usually you see middle blockers with those types of numbers because they're involved in almost every block.
Yeah, she's involved in many fewer, so it's a tremendous blocking season so far for Anna Smrek out of Canada. Kill by Anwanyu out of the middle. Wisconsin 2 points away. Once again, USC looks like they're going to have to regroup very, very quickly and take on a solid team out of Oregon. Mimi Collier, Kristen Klein, very good setter for Oregon. Collier doing most of the damage offensively. And now it is match points, and it has been all Wisconsin, 25-18, 25-19, and even more impressively here in the third. Sage Damrow, redshirt freshman out of Howards Grove, Wisconsin, coming on to serve the first match point. Nice dig by Damrow. Cover by Damrow. Outside to Orzo, low throw. Good smart play by number 22, and Wisconsin closes it out emphatically in the third, winning it, Holly, 20.